We're going to talk about NIL, what they're doing in Mississippi, and how you feel about it. Would you want to see Michigan adopt any of this? Before that, if you listen to the update here in Detroit, I want to make sure I heard this correctly. Harrison Barnes was injured during a nap?
He woke up from a nap with left ankle soreness, apparently. That's why he missed Tuesday's game for them. First one since 2021.
Never napped so good that you woke up with a sore ankle?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
If you sleep on too short of a couch and your foot gets caught in a weird position, but the individuals that they're watching on Saturday, who some of them are going to be making multi-million dollars, aren't going to pay taxes on that.
Right. The athlete who got a $4 million NIL deal, who can afford
to pay taxes,
to pay state taxes, would get the break, while you going to break your back at the job site. Oh, make sure it comes out every 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm. So the question is, we don't really care what happens in the state of Mississippi, but what would you think if Michigan went this route? For those that are going to Michigan, Michigan State, throw in Eastern, Central, any NIL dollars, would you be okay if those student athletes, and we can cut out the student, let's go with the athletes, don't have to pay taxes on their NIL income?
I'd hate this. You'd hate this. You're lying if you say otherwise. Well, Michigan's got to be able to recruit like Texas. Well, I think they'll be okay.
Yeah.
Guys, John, is this the difference in getting big-time talent to Indiana, to Michigan?
No, I don't believe it is. I think this is just it's a ploy. It's a news article.
Yeah.
To try, for for one recruiting class, maybe it makes a minor difference, but in the long haul, no. And what it just continues this separation of athletes are special. Athletes are a class above. Everyone else has to pay their taxes, but these guys don't, or girls.
Well, and where does it stop? Do you want this to help the Lions get better free agents?
No.
Right.
No. I mean, if I have to pay, then so does. I mean, it's just.
Yeah, the special
there
carve-out.
doesn't need to be a special carve-out. That's a great way to put it for college athletes and certainly not professional athletes.
Right. Look.
Am I all for abolishing state income tax? Sure. We're going to pay for it one way or another. But if I get a chance to choose the way that I'm paying that a little bit more so than paying, state income tax, I'm for that. But if I have to do it, then so does everyone else.
248-539-9797. I'm sure this is going to go over well with people driving into work today. The idea that you would pass a law that says, hey, the 19-year-old who can catch a football or runs a fast 40, he gets $5 million free and clear, at least at the state level, but not everybody else. No, you can't do special carve-outs. If you want to, completely separate argument, if you want to make it a statewide deal.
Yeah.
If you want to abolish the Michigan state income tax, that's a completely separate discussion, probably happening on a news talk station. but that's separate. If you want to do a sports carve-out, I don't think it makes sense.
No. It seems ridiculous to me, and it doesn't seem to be for all those that are using their taxable income to buy tickets, to buy merchandise, to pay for TV, and the different ways that you have to pay to view these athletes, that they should be watching guys that are not having to pay their weight.
You just made me think of it too. It's not just the people who pay, the tickets. How about people who've helped fund these NIL players?
Well, they're in a completely different tax bracket.
Right. No, but sometimes
I don't think they care either.
No, but weren't schools trying to collect donations from people? Like, weren't the athletes it didn't catch on, but there was the thought of the QR code to send money to the athlete. Imagine that. You're sending your money.
Wasn't it Oklahoma State that put the QR code on the back of their helmets?
Yeah, I'm going to help fund the NIL program that you won't be taxed on from my money that I work hard for.
It's
post-tax
dollars.
Yeah. My post-tax dollars for your pre-tax income as a college athlete. Woof. Let's go to Steve in Bloomfield Hills. Steve, good morning.
Good morning. I just wanted to say that with pro athletes, and I don't know if it's common knowledge, but when they travel to a different state, they have to make out tax forms because they did earnings. They made earnings in those other states.
Oh, yeah.
Now, if it's going to be the same thing with college football, if you have half your games on the road, then that changes the dynamics for a tax-free student athlete.
Yeah, but so the workaround is that this isn't the NIL dollars aren't for playing. They're not for performance. They are just simply to use your name, image, and likeness, which is only going to be paid in that state.
Correct.
Makes sense.
But, Steve, it is a good note because people might not realize, and John, obviously you could speak to it. You dealt with this as a pro athlete. You pay taxes if you go play if you guys played the Dallas Cowboys, you didn't pay state taxes for that.
Right, yeah. Yeah. That's why when you looked at the schedule, you're like, oh, I got to play in California.
Well, it's why, think about the AFC.
But California is the place where you want to get hurt. They got the best workers' comp laws.
So if you got a bum ankle and you got the game coming up with the Niners.
Yeah, hey, get there any which way you can. Oh, I got hurt in California.
I was saying the AFC South has the Houston Texans, no state tax.
Mm-hmm.
The Jacksonville Jaguars, no state tax. And I don't know if Tennessee does.
A what?
Does the state of Tennessee have state taxes? Income tax.
I don't know.
I don't know that they do either. So I think it's 3 of the 4 teams in that division. So you think about your home games and then the games you play, you would think.
Sure.
But it's not like the AFC South is bringing in all of the great free agents and no one else can bring anybody in. The idea that we simply couldn't keep up with the states of Texas and Florida if we have state income tax is silly.
This is correct.
Anyway, let's get to Rick. You're next up. Rick, you're on 97.1.
Hey, good morning, gentlemen. So what we're saying here is the student athlete who gets a multi-million-dollar contract, also free college, has no tax to pay, but the kid who's paying for his own school, going to work at Rick's in East Lansing, has to pay tax on his stuff. That just is not right on any level I can think of. And state tax still wouldn't get Brad Holmes to pull in a free agent. That's not even going to get him off his hump.
Yeah, that's a whole different matter. But, yeah, I mean, that's a great point, too, is, you get somebody going to Michigan or Michigan State, they're paying for their tuition. A lot of them are working to pay for their tuition, and they're paying taxes on that, let alone the athlete that's on an athletic scholarship isn't paying for school, is getting paid to be there, yet doesn't have to pay taxes on his income.
Now picture it where the head coach of the football team is shaking his fist at students going, why aren't you showing up to games? Because I don't want to support this.
Yeah.
Because you rubbed me the wrong way, because it's a double standard. Maybe those are some of the reasons. And we want to get drunk after halftime. 248-539-9797. Take some phone calls and some feedback. David, you're on 97.1.
Hey, good morning, fellas.
What's up?
So you're talking about dumb injuries. I got two.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
When I was in the military, we had some downtime, and we were just clowning around. And my friend, young guys, we punched the arms and all that. This guy punched my arm and totally broke his hand.
How hard he hit you?
It was pretty hard, but I mean, it didn't hurt. I wasn't like crying or anything. He just like broke his hand. It was a freak accident right before deployment.
Mm.
And the other one, it was during COVID, I didn't get a haircut for a long time, so I had pretty long hair, and I was in the shower, and I was trying to dry my hair off, and I whipped my hair, like a headbang,
mm-hmm.
and I gave myself like a really small concussion, like I was dizzy, because my hair was like really thick and heavy and wet. So
what did you hit your head on?
Concussion. I didn't hit my head on anything. It was like the weight of my hair. It was like whiplash or something, I think. I don't know. I had a slight concussion.
That's crazy.
Heather, you have longer hair than either of us. Does that even sound possible?
I totally get what he was doing. Sometimes I do that to give myself volume.
Yeah, but your neck muscles are built up so well since you've had this hair your entire life.
But no, I can't imagine giving myself a concussion. Wow.
He's whipping his hair back and forth.
Hey, John, don't eat armadillo. It's gross.
Oh, really? How'd you prepare it?
They're just gross animals. I've seen them all the time. I'm from Kansas. They're all over the place.
Okay.
They're always dead, and they're just gross. Don't eat it.
Okay. All right.
All right. Bye, guys.
Yeah, I was going to ask him if you had to compare it to something.
Yeah. I mean, they may look like disgusting animals. Doesn't mean they can't taste good.
Do they but do they taste good? Anyway, how do we get off on that tangent? Oh, it's in the news, the armadillos.
Dumb injuries, yes.
And dumb injuries.
Yes.
And NIL, all kinds of dumb things. It's 97.1.